Hey, Bob Desmond here. It's the 27th of June, 2025. And I've been working on this back for a few hours the past couple of days. And I just wanted to show you the final fit of this particular back. All the different things that have to be perfect. Now, I usually cut my pockets for the ends of the braces. I usually cut them just a hair larger than the brace size. And this allows the back to seat perfectly on the kerfing. And this is why I do it. Let me see if I can see this other brace in there. You can kind of see it. That one looks a little bit deeper, but it'll be fine. The main thing is the back sits perfectly on the kerfing, and the center strip of the back will fit perfectly under the tail block, and a nice fit all the way around the back up against the kerfing. Now I have to sand off my pencil lines, but anyway, in order for the back to sit perfectly, I need to leave the pocket where the brace end goes. It does need to be a hair deeper than the brace. And you can see I have that. This one's perfect without any gap really. It's just perfectly right. And so I get that in focus. There we go. You can see it's no small task. This one looks a little bigger. What I'll do here is I'll sand the edge of the side down just a hair, and that'll lower that brace a hair. It looks bigger than it really is. Let me see if I can get in there and see it, because it looks big here. And honestly, I'm doing all this with one eye, so it's been very, very difficult. But anyway, yeah, so let me pull back. And sorry about the shaky camera work. The back is essentially, I have my little light bulb here, as you can see. And the back is essentially fit now. And if I go around to the other side, you can see how I do this. This is one of my 3 forms. They're all identical for the most part. And all the holes that are in between the clamps, there will be clamps there too. I'm just clamping it on dry to see how everything is fitting. Okay. And then there's the heel cap, which is part of the back. If I can get it in focus here. The camera's really been struggling. There we go. That'll be chiseled into the proper shape of the heel once I'm done. So anyway, it's very, very close now. I think what I'll do is just sand this. This one's a little bit, the gap is a little bit deeper than I'd like, just by a hair. And I'll just sand that side a tiny bit there. Not much, no more than a 32nd of an inch, just to help it a little bit. And that's it. Everywhere else it fits beautifully. It fits perfect on the foot. The center strip has been cut, etc. Okay? So now that that's done, once I tweak this little part up here, but essentially it's done. And it's very difficult. When I do this, I put a light bulb and I flip the form over. I'm going to do that right now. Forgive the camera work. Okay. So now you can see the form has been flipped over. And I get down on my knees usually, and I turn off all the lights in the workshop, and except for this one here, this one bulb, which I put the form on top of. And I put the bulb, with all the other lights turned off in the shop, I put the bulb inside the guitar, and I look to see if I see any daylight coming through. And I also look to see if the kerfing is too high, in which I'll sand it, like right here, you can see it. There's a little gap there. See that? Okay, so that tells me, of course, there's not a clamp there either, and that's why it's not clamped down there. But essentially, I try to get a really good fit. I do glue the back on with Titebond. It gives me a lot of working time. I use original Titebond, and I like the amount of working time that I get. I glue the back on before I glue the top on. I'm one of the few that does it that way. I glue the top on last. But after this is all fit and I'm satisfied with it, I will go to the other guitar and do the exact same procedure. I'll get both backs fit. Then I'll go back to this guitar and I will start to fit the top, glue in the kerfing, etc., etc. I'll get the top all fit. And then finally, normally I would glue it all up at that point, but these two guitars are going to have sound ports. So I need to reinforce the side with rosewood, and then I need to cut my oval hole. I use an oval sound port. So anyway, I got to go through those extra steps to put the sound port in. And then finally, I'll glue the back on when I'm satisfied, and I'll glue the top on. And this guitar will be out of this form permanently. It will not go back in this form anymore. When I do the bindings, cut for the bindings and all that, I will be using this form here, which is a different form. I use cork gaskets. I just use one, but there just happens to be two lying here right now. Anyway, this is another special form that I use after the guitar is together. So that's about it. And hope you have a great weekend. It's Friday, the 27th of June, 2025. Thanks for watching. Take care now.